Hey guys, Chris the Lazy Geek here and welcome back to the channel and to my balcony with a telescope behind me because yes, today is what looks to be like a really good night for astrophotography. It's not too cold right now, which is good, and I haven't used this equipment for months and months. Like probably the last time, I don't remember when the last time was. I've been leaving this stuff lying around and everything was on the whole time. So my mount was actually on because I keep it on so I can just connect to it directly. The computer there was on and the power source was on as well. And for now, it seems like things are going to work. I just like remote desktoped into the little computer there, my Melee Quieter 2 that I made a video about maybe a year ago now, I don't remember. Apparently there's a new version now, the Quieter 3, I don't know what's different, but whatever. I connected to my computer via Chrome Remote Desktop. Computer was there waiting for me to connect. And then I opened up Nina. Nina opened up, no issues. I just updated it to the latest version. And then I just connected, like in Nina, to the telescope, so the mount. It seems to work. I connected Nina to the camera. Seems to work. I asked Nina to cool the camera to minus 10 degrees and it is at minus 10.3 degrees right now. And I asked Nina to connect to the focuser and it connected to the focuser. I pressed a little arrow and the focuser moved. Everything seems to be working, even though I've been leaving that poor little thing like on its own for months and months, not showing it any love. This is awesome. So what I'm going to do now, I have no idea what target I'm going to go for, but before I go for any targets, I know that I need to take flat frames. I'm actually not sure what filter I have in there. And so apparently in there I have the Optolong L Extreme, simply because my spectrometer measurements of my particular filter showed that it was indeed a very good filter for fast focal ratios, and that's pure luck, but that means I'm going to use it, and that also means that today I am going to target a nebula, probably, hopefully, if I actually manage to get down to it. So I need to take some flat frames. Now it's going to be the moment of truth. I am in the flat wizard of Nina. I am going to click on slew to zenith so that my scope will face directly vertically, so I can put my flats. Ouch! Why do I have to hit my head with this? Whatever. Oh, this is painful. Okay, my flat panel. This is really painful. What the? Well, anyway, my flat panel, and I'm probably no longer quite well polar aligned, but I don't really care. But anyway, without further ado, let's click on slew to zenith. 3, 2, 1, and nothing happens. Oh no, it does. Awesome, it's working. Okay, it's working. This is great. This is great. This is cool. This is awesome. This is great. Wow. Yeah. So, I am going to take my flat frames, and what else am I going to do? Yes, after that I'm going to, actually before that, I'm going to turn off all of the lights on the balcony, and I'm going to take a few bias frames, or by bias frames I mean like 1 second long frames that will serve as both bias frames and flat darks, and also darks. I'm not going to take dark frames because I feel like it doesn't do anything if I have a lot of proper bias frames with such a modern cold camera, which is, by the way, my color Ryzen cam. Don't ask me what the full name of that thing is, I have no idea. It's basically the ESA 2600MC, same sensor. Let's get started. I'll also see whether my battery still works. I have charged my battery from time to time just because I know it's bad to leave it be for like months and months on end. Seems to be working. And let me get going. And we're done. I've taken my flat frames. This is good, using the flat wizard in Nina, because of course, using the flat wizard in Nina, I am just going to put the mount back to 0 position, hopefully. Yes, go to 0 position. There we are. And now I am going to put back the cover on the telescope I hope it's gonna be enough. Putting back the cover on the telescope, putting back the solar cover, like the telegizmo cover on the telescope, making sure I don't have any lights on, and then I'm gonna take bias frames. So I'm also going to close my laptop here and close the camera so I don't have any spurious light that we don't want. That thing is a light bucket, and it really doesn't like stray photons when taking bias frames. Hopefully it's gonna work. Wish me luck, and I'll see you when it's done. And we're done with the bias frames. Now, bias frames for the hyperstar setup are actually super important. If there's even a slight bit of light that comes into your bias frames, and I've experienced that in the past, so I'm kind of like worried about the bias frames that I just took. I might have to take the camera off completely and close the cap and put it in some dark room and then take my bias frames, because since I'm going to use them to calibrate my flats, if there's a slight issue, then the flats will not calibrate properly the light frames. What happens with Hyperstar is that you'll get like some kind of weird circle at the center of your frame. It's basically the shadow of your camera. Not good. We'll see if that happens. I hope not. Fingers crossed. Anyway, now I have all of my basically all of my calibration frames taken. I just need to choose my target, and it so happens that the California Nebula is available. Not California. Yes, California. Yes, California is available, and that's what I'm going to be pointing to. It should be a good way to get back into imaging after such a long time. It's not going to come up above my roof there until another 1.5 hours, so I'm just going to use Nina's advanced sequencer to basically take care of that and do that for me. There is one thing though that I'm going to do ahead of time, likely, is to calibrate PhD2, because I think it really needs to be recalibrated, and then we should be good, hopefully. I mean, PhD2, I also launched it, clicked on connect, and everything seems to be done and working. It's a bit scary. Who said astrophotography was hard? It's easy. My apologies. Okay, so let's do that. I am going to point randomly somewhere in the sky, calibrate PhD2, so we have done that, and then I'll go back inside, set up my advanced sequencer, and hopefully it's going to work. I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be either a success, a failure, something in between, or something out of this world. See what I did there. Anyway, with that, see you tomorrow. And here we are the day after. Actually, no, it's the week after, because of course, after I finished recording the initial video, the clouds rolled in like 1 hour later. Obviously, what else could happen? But I just had a night where I think it was clear all night long, and this scope has been on the Nebula, the California Nebula, hopefully all night long. I have no idea whether it worked or not, but I just arrived on the balcony. It's back to the home position. I didn't get any warnings from pushover, because I programmed my sequence in Nina to give me notifications in case of issues. So that didn't happen, so hopefully there were no issues, which is a good thing. And as far as I can tell, even though I didn't do really anything in particular to get ready for this imaging session, everything seems to have worked. Fingers crossed, I might be talking too quickly. But we shall see. But it does show that when you've spent a huge amount of time and effort in order to be long-term lazy, it can really work out. I hope I'll be able to show that. So what I'll do is I'll just cover up everything, and once I have some time, I'll do the stacking and processing of what I got. I intentionally took 5 minutes frames since I'm using the L-Extreme. That way I have fewer frames to stack. It's just easier to try various stacking methodologies. Hopefully that's gonna work out fine. Guys, this is really cool. I already did like a quick processing of it, and I discovered so many new tools in Pixinsight since the last time I used it. In particular, Noise Exterminator, Star Exterminator, which seems quite superior to StarNet. Apparently there's also StarNet 2, which I haven't tried yet. And there's also Bill Blanchen's scripts for fake Hubble palette based on one-shot color HOO data, like what I have taken with the L Extreme here would have been the same with the IDAS NBZ, would have been the same with the Optolong L Ultimate, at least on a slower telescope than I have. But this is so cool. So anyway, here is what the image looks like after just the pure stacking. It doesn't look perfectly awesome, there's some gradients, etc., and it looks very, very red. But this is going to be remedied too soon. On the right I have my rejection low, so I can see where the stacking artifacts are. So as always, I'm gonna do a first dynamic crop and just something like this, but I'm not applying it here, I'm applying it on the main image. Okay, I can close the dynamic crop session. I don't need the this anymore, and I just have the image available. This is not the usual angle that I work on with this nebula, so I'm just gonna rotate it, and I should also do a mirror actually, since I'm using Hyperstar. So now it is rotated. Normally we should have a mirroring going on. And here we are. I think this is the angle that most people are used to, but I have like those gradients all over the place. So what I'm going to do is an automatic background extraction. This is going to work better for such gradients than a dynamic background extraction where I choose the actual points. So here you can see I have it set to division. The function degree is 2, which is great for kind of like a parabolic 3D curve, which is what we have here since the corners are getting redder. And I'm just going to apply it, discard the background model, replace the target image. I want to just do a quick and dirty image without having to think too much about it. Let's look at the results. Of course, I'm using unlinked stretch all over the place. And this is like fine, right? I could do some more dynamic background extraction, but you can see most of the gradient has been taken care of. Cool, so next step that I will do is simply do a simple stretch. So I'm going to use my usual easy processing suite from Dark Archon. I know there's probably better tools now, but I'm just going to do an easy soft stretch because that's what I'm used to. And I'm going to run it, and you can see immediately it's like very, very red. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Next step we're going to do is simply remove the stars. So I'm going to use Star Exterminator. I have only a trial version. It's a paid add-on. I don't even know how much it is. But from what I can tell, it's really, really good. So you can see I'm going to do a generate star image so that I will have a star mask and also stars that I can put back into the image at the end. So let me just do this. And this is going to take a couple of minutes. And we're done. Now we have a starless image on the right, the star image on the left. I'm just going to do a quick SCNR on the star image because I know there's like always some green tint on the star, so I'm just going to remove the green tint. I'm going to rename that whatever, my stars. Okay. And just like iconize it. I'm not going to use it for a while. Okay, so now we have this. It's a very, very red image. So what do we do with a very, very red image? Well, Bill Blanchen is a wizard and he helps with that. I'm going to put all the links in the description, but he has a new script called HOO normalization, currently at version 4, and I can just drag and drop that script without thinking too much about it. And magic! We get the SHO palette essentially. So it does, because it does like pixel mass at the, I would assume, pixel level, you can see there's like kind of like what looks like chrominance noise there. And so that's the only like drawback that I can see of using this method compared to like other more traditional methods. But we can remedy that with the noise exterminator, which I also have on the trial. And I'm probably going to denoise like to 70. Detail 20. Yeah, let me apply this to the image and see what it does. Okay, so in terms of, so it's done. In terms of the full image, here is with, without, with. I don't know how much the YouTube compression will show the difference. There are, I think I put too much noise reduction, because if you look at this this shape here, before, after, oh no, it's actually fine. It's actually fine. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so what are the next steps? So next steps, I'll first do like a quick curve transformation, which will be like a simple kind of like contrast curve. So an S kind of thing, and that really like, oops, I want a single point there, that will really highlight the object, and to some extent darken the background. I don't want to go ham on it too much, but yeah, let's see, before, after, yeah, I think that's good enough. So this is good. And then I'm going to simply use, again, Bill Blanchen's scripts to do a yellow mask. So I'm going to apply this to this. This will create a yellow mask for us. There it is. Then we're gonna use a mask blur, maybe a couple of times. There we are. I'm going to apply the mask to the image, so that we've only selected effectively the yellow. And we're going to go once again into the curves, and this time we are going to first mask, not show the mask. We are going to increase the red, so you can see it adds some pop and some color subtlety to the image, and also do some kind of an S curve with the green like that. And you can see it really adds a third dimension really to the nebula, and I really like this. This is very, very quick processing, but you can see it really pops out very quickly simply by doing this. How awesome is this? So I'm going to remove the mask. I just want to enhance a little bit the blue, so I am going to do a blue mask and blur it a couple of times. We can see we have a star halo here, by the way. Yes, I am using the LXtreme. So let's put it on, and back to curves transformation. This time I'm going to be very subtly, hopefully, increasing the blue like that. So the blue curve, maybe a little bit of saturation just for the blue. Yeah, that's good enough. So now we can see the blue a bit more. Let me apply it. This is good. And the next step is I'm going to enhance the overall image saturation. So I'm going to remove the mask. We're going to take the luminance of this image by clicking this icon there. And I just want like a mask where I can increase the color in the nebula and like kind of like somewhat decrease it in the background. So I'm gonna do a quick histogram transformation, and we can see I just want to play with the black point there, so that I effectively select pretty much the nebula only. I might also increase there, that's not bad, the gamma effectively, and oops, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to apply this to the mask, then I want to apply the mask to the image, and then I want to go back to my curves transformation, and we're gonna do some saturation. There. I think this pops out a lot. This is really, really neat. How awesome is this? Okay, so now we have like a really neat like SHO type of image of the California nebula. Can you this is the single night in Tokyo, guys. That's like mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. Now I want to reprocess all of my HOO like one-shot color images, because this is pure magic. Anyway, I want to put back the stars in this image. So what I'll do is I'll open up Pixel Mask. There's probably a Bill Blanchet icon to do that for me, but I'll just do it my way. So I want to do target plus my stars, which is the star image here, and I'm just going to drag and drop to my target. Here are the stars, so they're back, and we can also reduce them. So I'm going to do the easy processing for that. So I'm going to take the my star image, I'm going to take the luminance, so to make it a black and white image. And once done, I can go inside, I can select my main image, go to script, easy processing suite. I'm going to do some easy star reduction, and I am going to use the my star L mask effectively, and it requires a black and white mask, like a monochrome mask, and then just run easy star reduction. And here we are, we've reduced the stars. I like this. I love this picture, guys. How awesome is this? This is the final image after just like 10-20 minutes of processing on a one-shot color image of the California taken from Tokyo in a single night. I love this, and I hope you really enjoyed the process as well. That's pretty much it for this video. I mean, I'm so glad that I got the energy to do this imaging session, because this result absolutely blows my mind. I love it. And if I say so myself, I'm not being very humble. Please let me know what you think of this in the comments if you've learned something in this video. I also want to do a big thank you to Bill Blanchen, Visible Dark, and Lucomatico, because it's from their videos that I learned the existence of all of those scripts, and the result is amazing. Actually, I might do one last thing, which would be like in the utilities, we can do some dock structures enhance. Probably fairly limited, but yes, this highlights a bit more all of the dark structures in the nebula, and like, this is good. I'll call it a day. Isn't that amazing? With that, thank you so much for watching. I hope this, if you're in an Astro slump or hiatus, hope this helps you go back into it, because overall the hobby is amazing. Don't forget, whenever you can, to look up at the stars, and I'll see you next time.